What's up, guys? So I'm gonna talk about the much anticipated video, which is what? The foods list. What foods to eat, what foods not to eat, why, all that stuff. You guys have been asking me for it. I get so many messages constantly asking me, I don't know where to start. I don't know what foods to eat. I don't know what foods not to eat. There's so much conflicting information out there. I don't know what to do. Please help. So I compiled a list together of foods that are safe, foods that are not safe, and why. So obviously, if you have a food sensitivity on one of the suggested foods that I say to eat, obviously don't eat it, right? You know your body best. You know, you live in it, right? You live in it, you breathe in it, you were born in it. So if you know your body doesn't like something, then don't eat it. It's that simple. You know your body best. Remember that. Okay, I went through this. Many of you know that I was able to beat hypothyroidism myself without any pharmaceutical drugs. So through diet and lifestyle changes. So I'm living proof and I'm here to help you. I believe I was set on this planet to help women do the same. So here we go. I have a list here that I have compiled, so bear with me because obviously I can't remember all of this. Let's first go over the foods that are off limits, okay? I hate to do this sometimes because I hate telling people like, you're not allowed, you're not allowed, you're not allowed. But truth is, if you want to heal your body, you gotta get rid of some things. You gotta like clean house, honey, okay? Sister friend, you need to clean house. So let's begin. Foods that are off limits. Many of you know that, if you've been following me for a long time, many of you know that I am not a fan of gluten because gluten is an inflammatory food that is really, really not good for your gut. So gluten of any kind, just get rid of it. I know this is gonna freak a lot of people out and you're gonna be like, oh my God, like you expect me to cut out my bagel in the morning? You expect me to cut out my cereal in the morning? Or whatever it is that you're eating with gluten in it. Yes, cut it out. Just cut it out. It's not forever. You don't have to live like this for the rest of your life, but temporarily if you really want to heal your body, you're going to have to cut some things out and get over it and stop making excuses of, oh, my family, they're not going to eat anything. Oh, this, oh, that, blah, blah, blah. If you're making the food and you're paying for it, your kids better eat it. Seriously. Or starve. Like, get over it. You're the parent. Get over it. So wheat, obviously wheat is gluten. So like pastas, breads, cereals. You go to Cheesecake Factory, you love that bread, don't you? Yeah, just ask them just not to take it to the table. Just say, can you just not bring the gluten to the table? They will respect it. They know. I do it all the time. Trust me, it's okay to say no to gluten. Dairy, get this out of your diet. Just cut it out. It's an inflammatory food. It sets off all kinds of problems in the gut, autoimmune disease, leaky gut. Like, just stay away from dairy unless it's eggs, organic and free range, of course. Also, you know, I suggest eating raw goat's milk that's organic. I think that's perfectly okay, and it's actually acts as a probiotic to the gut. So obviously listen to your body. If your body hates it, then don't eat it, right? Well, isolated soy. Now, or soy isolate, I should say. Now, there's a huge like debate about soy, right? And soy is one of those things that's, I would just stay away from it altogether. However, there's a lot of vegans and vegetarians in my group and on YouTube and in the world, obviously, that follow me. So I understand that eating tofu and soy is one of the main things of how people get their protein in that realm. So if you're going to be eating soy, I highly, highly recommend that it is not soy isolate. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. I have a limited amount of time, so I'm gonna try to touch on everything. Soy is in like everything, so be really, really careful and read the ingredients. F the nutritional facts, read the ingredients, okay? Soy is in tofu, soybean oil, soy sauce, soybeans, soy milk. The only soy you should be eating, honestly, is fermented soy, like miso. Hydrogenated oils, like canola oil, vegetable oil. These oils are endocrine disruptors, you guys, and they're just the bad fat. So there's good fat, obviously, and those are the bad fat. Stay away from it. High cholesterol, heart disease, all that jazz. You want that? Go eat some vegetable oil and some canola oil. Tap water. Okay, so go watch my video that I did on water. I have it in the group. I have it on my YouTube channel. I also have it on my page, the Thyroid Booster on Facebook. So the silver thing on the island right there is my Berkey. Go look that up. Amazing, amazing water filter. I trust it. I trust the brand. I've done a lot of research on that, so highly recommend the Berkey. Okay, aspartame. A lot of you know what this is already because I talk about it a lot. Aspartame is found in a lot of sugar-free foods, right? You're like, oh, it's sugar-free, it's good, right? Blah, blah, blah. And you look at the nutritional facts and it says it's sugar-free. And you're like, great, I'm not eating sugar. However, most people don't look at ingredients. They only look at nutritional facts. And here's the danger with that. In the ingredients, there's all these hidden things that nobody knows how to spell, how to write. It looks like Dutch. You don't know how to read it. But they're putting it in their body and they don't even know what it is because we've been trained by the society and social media to look at the nutritional facts and how many grams of fat and how many grams of sugar and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. You need to be looking at the ingredients. If it has aspartame or some chemical that you don't know what it is, put it back. Just put it back. Aspartame is known to create brain lesions. Brain lesions, you guys. No, thank you. I mean, there's so many terrible things that aspartame has been linked to. If you want to go look it up, or just take my advice and stay the F away from it, okay? Just get rid of the soda. Just get rid of it. Even natural soda, just get rid of it. It's a chemical shitstorm, okay, for one. For two, you're just drinking liquid Satan, okay? Literally, liquid Satan. Just stay away from it. That goes again for sugar. I'm not talking about healthy sugar because there's healthy sugar and there's bad sugar. Refined sugar is bad, right? Healthy sugar is found in fruits or honey or things like that are natural. Coconut sugar, things like that. Those are natural sugars that our body needs to survive and thrive. We need sugar. Don't let anybody fool you that tells you not to eat sugar. So, artificial sweeteners. This kind of goes with the aspartame and the Splenda and the Equal and those things like that is garbage. Literally a chemical shitstorm, and you can only imagine what it's doing to your thyroid, you guys. I would stay away from pork. It's disgusting. Go read about how pork lives. Go read about how pigs actually live. They don't sweat. That means they have this green goo that comes out of their hooves. And you're eating that shit. They're just dirty animals. Personally, I don't eat the swine. I'm just saying it's gross. Tastes really good, and I love my salami, but you guys, if you want to heal your body, you gotta take a break from certain things. It's inflammatory. It's not good. No bueno, okay? Foods that are not organic. I just did a post yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, about why to eat organic versus non-organic. There is a good reason why you should eat organic. Go read my post. Fruit juice. Fruit juices, again, loaded with refined sugar most of the time. Who's gonna eat 12 oranges in one sitting? I think not. Now, if you're drinking juice that's fresh squeezed with green juice, like kale and chard and celery and all these things, that's great. I encourage it. And if you want to throw in an apple or two in there, that's fine. But just be really mindful of how much sugar that you're consuming. Obviously, sugar from fruit is good, but then again, there's too much, right? A little too much, if anything, is not good. Farmed fish, gross. Now, let me just give you an example. They're pumping these fish with all kinds of chemicals, okay? Just like they do farm-raised animals. They're pumping them with shit chemicals. Plus, they're pumping them with dyes, you guys, to make the salmon more red. Who does that? Why are we eating that? Why? No farm fish, only wild caught fish. Let's move on. Shellfish, bottom feeders. Another thing, kind of like the swine. I eat it from now and then, here and there, time to time, when I'm feeling frisky, but you guys, they're bottom feeders. They eat shit, literally. They eat shit their entire life, and you're eating that shit. Enough said. Okay, moving on. We have factory farmed meat. Goes with the farmed seafood. So, factory farmed meat. I could go on for a minute on this, okay? But I'm gonna try to keep it simple and short. A lot of people know that it's terrible, a lot of people don't, and let me share it with you why. I would not touch meat that is from a restaurant or a grocery store that is not organic or grass-fed, okay? So what they're doing to these animals, they're pumping them with antibiotics, they're pumping them with hormones, they're pumping them with steroids, they're feeding them GMO, genetically modified corn their entire life. What do you think all of this is doing to your thyroid health? What do you think the hormones are doing to your own hormones? And yes, some states ban the use of hormones, which, hello, like, why are only some states banning the use of hormones but others aren't? Like, what is that? Steroids, antibiotics. What do you think that's doing to your gut? These animals are kept in such disgusting environments that they have to pump them with antibiotics because they're getting so sick, because there's feces everywhere and they're getting sick from that. So they just pump them up with antibiotics, and then they're pumping them with hormones to make them bigger so they look nicer in the store for you. And not to mention how they're physically abusing these animals on a daily basis, like every hour. I mean, it's just gross. If you want to know about it, go read the book Skinny Bitch. Might change your life. It changed mine. I'm not advocating to become a vegan or a vegetarian even. I'm just saying, please look at what's going on and open your eyes and educate yourself on what's going on. Okay, rant over. So, high fructose corn syrup. Enough said. Margarine and butter. Margarine is one ingredient away from plastic. Yes, you heard me right. Margarine is only one ingredient away from being plastic. That should say enough, okay? Table salt, no nutritional value at all. In fact, it's just gonna make you fat and bloated and puffy and ugly in the face. So ladies, stop eating table salt. Instead, get mineral salt like pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. It actually has nutritional value, you guys. I shouldn't have to say this, but fast food. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Del Taco, Jack in the Crack, whatever your choice is. Just stay away from it, you guys. I know it's fast, it's cheap, it's easy, but quit being lazy and do some meal prepping, for heaven's sake. Get it together. Processed foods like hot dogs, cakes, pies, cereal, just stay away from it. Candy, obviously. Chocolate, stay away from it unless it's dark chocolate that's about 71% or higher. I'll allow it. Make sure there's no refined sugar in it, please. Energy drinks. Come on. There's people literally dying from drinking too many energy drinks. I shouldn't have to say this, but you guys, there's no such thing as a healthy energy drink. Just stop. Caffeinated drinks. I know, everybody's like, hold on, Adrienne, you've gone too far with the caffeinated drinks. I need my coffee. I understand. Well, actually, I don't really understand because I've never had coffee, so I don't really get that. But I understand. My husband drinks coffee. All my friends do. I get it. 1 cup a day of black coffee. Okay, fine. But make sure it's before noon. And don't be one of those coffee drinkers that's, staying up till midnight or 3 a.m. and wondering why you can't sleep. Okay? Alcohol. You know it's poison. We all know it's poison. I'm not your mommy and I'm not gonna lecture you, but I'm here to tell you it's poison. Especially beer. It's just liquid gluten. You're just drinking the gluten. I'm getting drunk off gluten, y'all. Just stay away from it for some time. If you really truly wanna heal your body and it's important to you, you'll stay away from it. Let's move on. Those are the things that are off limits. Let's move on to the foods that are okay. Obviously, fruits, vegetables. I don't care what paleo or keto diet says. Fruit is life. Fruit is oxygen to your blood cells. Fruit is amazing for you. Eat in abundance. It's so good for you. It was put here for us to eat. I mean, the first thing that man recorded eating was a fruit. Eggs, obviously only free-range organic eggs only. Fish, wild caught. Legumes, totally fine. Roots of any kind, like radishes and celery and onions and garlics. Roots are really, really good and healing. Chicken, free range, organic only. That is it, free range and organic chicken. Chicken is, don't even get me started. Any meat, like not poultry, I'm talking about meat right now. Any meat, if it is not organic and grass-fed, or at a minimum, you know the farmer and you've done your research, it doesn't have to have the organic label. It's really hard for some farmers to get that organic label. It's very expensive and very hard to get. So make sure that you're talking to the farmer or somebody who's in cahoots with the farmer. Asking them, are they raised with antibiotics, hormones, steroids? What are you feeding them? How are they raised? Are they being kept in tiny little bins? Like, just do your research and ask these questions. I wouldn't eat meat from a restaurant unless I knew that it was organic. I knew that it was farm to table, like fresh, grass-fed meat. You gotta really be diligent. You gotta be like an FBI agent with the things that are going on and into your body, you guys. Okay, seriously. Beef, bison, elk, venison, lamb, duck, all these things are great. Gluten-free oatmeal or gluten-free steel-cut oats. Again, everything should be organic. Next, protein powders. I personally don't think that anybody should be taking a protein powder every day for 6 months every single day. I don't think that's healthy. You don't know what's actually going on unless you like know them specifically. A lot of protein powders, even if they're pea protein or vegan or dairy-free protein, a lot of these protein powders will have heavy metals in the soil. They're not tested for heavy metals. They're not tested for a lot of different things that are going into your body on a daily basis. I think that the body needs change. It needs variety every day. So I personally am not a fan of putting something in my body, the same thing every single day. I used to be, I didn't know, I educated myself, and now I know. I just don't know about that. I understand some people like that protein powder because it gets them through the day. I get it. Eat some nuts, you guys. Like, eat some real food. That's what I suggest. But protein powders, if you're gonna do it, obviously get it that's soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, unless it's like raw refined sugar or honey or sweetened with stevia, stuff like that. Oils. I would suggest avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil. Make sure that it's cold pressed, unrefined, extra virgin, and organic. Okay, next we have quinoa. I would say to make sure that it's sprouted quinoa or at least at a minimum organic. Raw and local honey. Raw and local honey is actually so good for your body. Obviously, at like no more than a tablespoon at a time. Don't overdo it. Come on, use your brain, have some common sense, right? Especially if you have local allergies every year, eating local honey will make you immune to it, if you will. Stevia, great sweetener. I can't recommend it enough. Honestly, it does wonders for your gut health, everything. It's really good. Go read about it. Grade A or grade B, pure, organic, 100% maple syrup. Palm sugar. This is coconut sugar. Coconut sugar to me is perfectly acceptable in moderation, okay? Just make sure it's in moderation. I use this all the time in replace of sugar in recipes. It's great. Nuts, and nuts of any kind. Seeds, sprouted seeds, amazing. Sprouted anything, honestly. Sprouted and fermented, great. Those buzzwords, sprouted, fermented, great. Rice. This is a little controversial for some because then we're like, oh, no grains, no grains. I agree and disagree. So it's the type of grain, right? The type of grain that we're eating. Now, white rice, not so good. It's been refined. White rice is bleached. It's been stripped of all its nutrients. So I would recommend to do sprouted brown or sprouted wild rice. Very, very good for you. Obviously in moderation. And again, if you have a food sensitivity to something, just don't eat it. Like, it's simple as that. Corn. Let's talk about corn. This one's really controversial. So again, if you don't have a food sensitivity to corn, I think corn is absolutely okay. I would only eat non-GMO organic corn only, period. Like, no questions asked. You should never, ever be eating non-organic corn. Just don't even look at it, okay? Let's go over the foods that are healing for the body, that are healing for the thyroid specifically, okay? Roots. I said this before, but roots are very healing foods. Sweet potatoes, yams, beets, parsnips, turmeric, garlic, onions, carrots, artichokes, amazing for your body. Ginger too. Ginger. I don't know if I just said that, but if I didn't, ginger. All fruits, you guys. Fruit, again, is healing to the body. Don't listen to people that are like, fruit has too much fructose in it. Just shut up. I don't even want to hear it. It's literally oxygen to your cells. Please go really do your research and look at both sides. Don't be brainwashed, you guys. Don't be brainwashed by paleo nut jobs or keto freaks. I'm not dogging anybody who loves their keto, blah, blah, blah. I'll get into all that later. That's a whole nother can of worms. Fruits. Especially blueberries, you guys. Blueberries, you should be consuming blueberries like it's your job. Like you're literally getting paid to eat blueberries every day. Yellow veggies, like squash, butternut squash, pumpkin, that's not really yellow, but it's, you get what I mean, in that family. The orange and the yellow veggies. Pumpkin is one of the best things you could do for your thyroid. Eat it up. Pumpkin seeds too. Pumpkin seeds will kill parasites. Coconut. Coconut anything is, it's like a magic nut, okay? It's magical. Eat the oil, rub it on your body, put it in your hair, cook with it. Coconut oil is like life. Make sure it's unrefined, cold pressed, extra virgin, and in a glass bottle, preferably a dark glass bottle. Coconut anything, like the coconut itself, coconut water. Coconut water has electrolytes in it, so just fuck the Gatorade. Stop drinking that shit, or Powerade, or vitamin water. Just get rid of it and drink coconut water. Probiotic rich foods. What are those, you ask? So probiotic rich foods are foods that heal the gut lining, because most people with a thyroid problem have leaky gut or candida and things like that, and they need help on their gut. So you want to be eating probiotic rich foods, which are like raw goat's milk kefir. That's organic. I highly recommend to stay away from cow's milk kefir. Goat's milk is much better. Kimchi, kombucha, sauerkraut, anything fermented basically. So fermented foods heal the gut. Just make sure it's organic, please. Clean water. This can heal the body like better than any food you can imagine. There's my Berkey again. Get one. Clean water. Go watch my water video too. All right, raw apple cider vinegar. We all know the benefits of raw apple cider vinegar. Drink that shit every day like it's your job. Bone broth. I cannot tell you enough about bone broth and the gut health and the thyroid health and the weight loss health and the everything health. Like, get yourself some bone broth. And I don't mean bone broth in a can, okay? That is depleted of all its nutrients, probably has BPA and heavy metals in it. Just stay away from it. Don't do it. If you're gonna drink bone broth or make bone broth soup or make things like that, just make it yourself. It's so easy once you get the hang of it. You just put it all in a crock pot and it's done, you guys, or an Instapot, whatever you need. But if you're going to get the bones, just please make sure the bones are different types of bones, like chicken feet or bones with marrow in it, beef bones, and make sure that they're all different kinds of bones. Some have fat, some don't, some have the meat on it, and make sure that they're grass-fed, at a minimum grass-fed. Because most of the time grass-fed meat or bones, the farmer is wary of antibiotics and things like that. So, but just make sure. All right, those are my healing foods. And next I wanted to talk about beverages, because I know so many people don't like drinking water and then they drink their sodas or their juices or their energy drinks. Listen, Linda, water. Quit being a baby. Just drink your damn water, okay? Just do whatever you need to do. Set an alarm on your phone, like do it. Go watch the water video. I did. All right, coffee. You guys, I can't say this enough. If you have an addiction to coffee, you have an addiction, right? And you know if you have an addiction to coffee, and you know if you need to stop, right? No more than 1 cup a day of black coffee. If you can't handle the black coffee, I get it. Put some unsweetened nut milk in it. Unsweetened, Carrageenan free. Carrageenan free. Don't know what that is? Go look it up. They have it in most stores now. You can see on the label, Carrageenan free. Make sure that there's no artificial sweeteners in it, because they tend to do that. Organic tea. This one is really weird because there's a lot of tea out there that's really bad for you, and these farmers, they don't have to put things on the label because it's not food, so it's regulated a lot differently. So even if it's organic, it can still have non-organic things in it, okay? So read the ingredients list, obviously, and do your research. Like, matcha, right? Matcha is like, has such healing properties. It's so good for you. But if you're getting that shit from China, it's actually going to do more harm to your body than good. So you have to, you know, go back and source it. Go back and ask questions. Call the company. Hey, have you been tested for heavy metals? Hey, are you organic? Hey, you know, is it fair trade? Like, do your research. If you're gonna be drinking that shit on a daily basis or putting something in your body often, like, do your research, you guys. It's your body. You only have one, right? Something that really, really helps the hormones is holy basils, otherwise known as Tulsi tea. It's really, really amazing for the hormones, helps regulate. Great thing. I drink it every day. It's amazing. So that wraps up my video, you guys, for healing foods, what foods are off limits, what foods that are okay to eat. So if you have any questions, I'm always here for you. I love answering your guys' questions. Please shoot me a message or write it in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I see it. And I hope you guys have a great day. If you guys like this video, if you got value or information from it, please like it, please share it, please spread the word, invite your friends to the group who have hypothyroidism or are dealing with hormonal problems or Hashimoto's, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great one.